Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online. I'm going to be doing something, I don't know, a little bit different, but playing with a Grand Lowbie group. That is what my kin is calling this group. We have like a new generation of a slow progression group, and it looks like I do not have my chat or UI properly set up on this character. So I need to move the kin chat way down here. I actually don't have my notification. Normally that actually tells me where to put this. But yeah, today I'm going to be doing that on my Burglar, and I don't exactly know what we will be doing with Fornost. I just know that we are going to be running a portion of it. And one of the things I want to look at, just as I logged on, I saw my graphics look a little bit weird compared to usual. It could just be this region. I haven't been here in a while. But some of the distant landscape looks a little off to me compared to what I am used to. Yeah, turn Fellowship, Braid. And I think that's all I needed to turn off. So while we're waiting for a couple people to show up, we actually still have... the event was scheduled for a few minutes ago, but we still do have to wait for a couple people to show up. While doing that, I am planning on looking at my graphic settings a little bit. Can turn on the FPS counter. The main thing is the distant landscape, and I kind of glanced through. I have object draw distance all the way high, model detail, material detail, all this stuff. Frill distance up probably, yeah, that doesn't really change much. And then atmospheric detail. DX11 interactive water. Well, I'm not in the water, I'm not interacting with it, so that probably shouldn't change here. Texture detail, have that all the way high. There's something with distant, did I miss it? Oh, distant imposters. That is what I thought I actually had off, because that turns off like trees and other things way off in the distance, but I had that checked. I wonder if it also had to do with the time of day or something. Again, it could just be haven't been here in a while and was just looking around. Things looked a little bit weird. They also, I don't think it would affect here where I'm looking. I'm more looking that way, so to the northeast. But I know they've done a little bit of stuff down here. We could actually investigate that on this character. That sounds like a good idea to me. I know they've been adding stuff around here supposedly, or at least I suspect for the upcoming update that'll add some level 50 content. Wonder if I meant to turn, yeah, I guess I did turn kin chat off, but it just never hasn't updated yet. And one thing with this stream I guess I should talk a little bit about is I know I scheduled it very late, a lot later than usual. Basically half an hour before I actually started the stream. And on top of that, it's an hour earlier than I usually stream. I think last Friday I also did it at this time. One reason was because I honestly did not know it was Friday all day. I was going about my day just like it was Thursday. Even though I had a class this morning, I knew it was Friday for that. Surface reflections, that actually makes the water look a lot better. Wow. That's like a crazy difference to me. Should be able to at least do high. I know I was running into some issues in a particular area. And that's why I turned my settings down, but I think it was actually issues other than my graphics settings. Hello. So it looks like the people who are actually organizing the event are finally getting here. So I am in my kin's Discord. They will not be in the in-game audio. Or not, they won't be in the stream audio, it'll be the in-game audio there. What landscape shadows? Does that change much? Does a little bit with the trees. I think having it on high. Yeah, I'll go. I can probably handle low on that. I'm usually not the biggest deal with shadows. I thought turning stencil shadows on low was just... Oh, you still do have that little dot. Blob shadows, that is what it is. So blob shadows renders for characters when more detailed shadows are not available. Okay. I actually hardly see a difference between ultra high and low on that. Let's see. Okay, maybe there's a little bit of difference between low and ultra high, but it's hard to tell. At least on my character shadow, it might make a difference on other character shadows. Environmental stencil shadows. I don't know if we're anywhere where we can see that, because I see absolutely no difference checking and unchecking that, so we will leave it checked. Indoor props, okay. Normally I don't have any performance issue indoors, unless indoor props includes props outside of Minas Tirith, then that might actually have an effect, but we're not going there today. DX10 dynamic shadows. That is actually probably a good thing to have checked, because with that you notice the trees lose their shadow? Or did they just lose their shadow because of the weather going on outside? That was a little bit weird, I just noticed that. Don't see a reason I can't have that at least on high. Usually I can have stuff like that. Ambient occlusions, I think this increases shadow quality too. Yeah, all my... Seems like everything lost shadows. If I check this, there's a slight, very slight shadow for my character, but I wonder if like the weather in the game actually changed a little bit. Like they have it as if the sun is behind the clouds, or is it just, it's in the morning? I don't know. And then those things, I always want that, all that checked. Texture cache size. I think this one, yeah, this one I can turn all the way high. Player crowd quality I usually turn all the way low. So yeah, those are my graphic settings. So it's kind of unintended for me to go through all of that, and I will, because I know this will probably come up to be an issue. One thing I always do with LOTRO is set it to higher priority in the CPU with Task Manager. And I also usually set OBS a little bit higher. One thing, hold up, there we go, okay. So I was just having a couple issues here. Looks like everything's working fine with this stream. And see, my performance just went down as all that happened as I was checking Chrome and making sure everything was actually working. My FPS went low. So there's usually a particular Chrome and by the way, the name is Lugler, not Luglar. It's like Burglar. It's an important part. Okay, so for people to actually know what we're doing today, we're running Fornost with the Grand Lowbie group. Is basically what we're calling our second generation slow progression group, as I mentioned earlier. And I went with my hunter last time, as you all saw last Friday. I did my hunter, we did the Wraith of Water wing, but I'm really not in the mood for a hunter and really wasn't in the mood for a hunter at that time, apparently. And then... yeah, I switched to my Burglar, who is a little bit higher level. I'd rather be a little closer to everybody else's level. They're more around 30, but I'm 38 on this character. I did have my Minstrel as an option, but they said it was fine running with my Burglar, so I thought that was okay. So I think we're getting stuff set up, but just so y'all know a little bit about this group, I'm going to start actually running down to the southeast. I mentioned we could check that out. But just so you all know a little bit about this group is we have one new player, and then we also have somebody who I know hasn't run all that much group content. They have done a little bit more now with this kin. And then we have our usual kin leader, Jimmy. He usually plays with this group. And then I think a couple other people just have scattered alts, a little bit inconsistent. Yeah, I randomly got a moon over my head. So somebody, the group leader, put a moon over my head all the way from... Actually, I have no idea where they are. Neither North Downs or Ear at the Wind. I don't know, maybe they're just not showing on the map or indoors somewhere. Let's see, where's that new area they've been adding? Not over there, that's more towards Fornost. Wonder if I can change my... Yep. I have a wolf chasing me, so I'll be a moment. So we are running this a little bit low level. It looks like level 31, but that is no problem. And then one other thing I want to mention while we're still getting a little bit set up is this character's outfit. This is actually the one I was preparing on my Rune Keeper, I think last stream on Wednesday. So it's nice to have it back. It's something I actually used on Arkenstone a little bit, and I didn't really like it on the high elf, but it looks good I think on the race of main, the male, and then also I think basically any female. I like the outfit as well. So we are starting with, I think, Wraith of Earth, which is fine. I don't think the champions run Earth, so I think we're actually going to run Water first. I know that's another thing about this Grand Lowbie group, for anybody wondering, is it probably is going to go roughly like this, a little bit slower. As I mentioned, some newer people and I guess very relaxed group exploring the instances, which is fine with me. It just means for like this stream I'm going to have to try to fill something like I have today at the time that we're not actually actively running.
It is here to which Angmar has returned to conquer Ariador.
I wonder if they'll want me to. Sometimes when we have higher level characters join low groups like this, I'm not that much high, but sometimes we have them like unequipped gear. Would you all want me to like unequip anything to, I don't know, make it a little bit harder, I guess? Alright. Ooh, that is weird. I wonder why that's offset. That is super weird. I've never seen that happen. I actually have no idea what this looks like on the stream. If you all could, I guess you all can't see the snipping tool. I have the Windows snipping tool. I was just taking a screenshot of that. It looks like they're killing the mobs perfectly fine without me. Let's see, I gotta remember how to play Burglar. I think this will be a fairly exciting class to try out. It's a little bit low level. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for me. But one of the big things I know with Burglar is animation canceling, and at this level the main one to do that with would be Addle, which I need to use. I need to use that for a deed. I think I also have to use some other, not necessarily bad skills, but just skills I want to use that often for deeds as well. Calling these orcs monsters? This really is. I can't tell if it's just comparing it to my hunter, but the pace of combat seems a lot faster, and I have no idea what sort of skills I just used. I did not mean to do that. Worked out all fine because I got the crit with double-edged strike, but opening with surprise strike, I know that skill's pretty weak. Let's see. Because this is one thing I do want to pay attention with this character's class deeds, because I remember there being quite a few that I wasn't really interested in actually doing other than just for the deeds. Like the tricks, I'm not much for Yellow Line Burglar, it's just not something I would enjoy too much. I know some of the deeds you have to play Yellow Line and use some of their skills. I'm just checking one thing, and I'll be back to talking more consistently, getting a little bit distracted here. Looks like we're going to the right. I'm having, once again, a little bit of low FPS down here again. I wonder, it's probably because I switched Chrome tabs again. I'm just making sure the chat is not working. It's okay that it's quiet, but it's a little bit unusually quiet for my stream, at least my recent streams. But that is totally fine, I think. Their portrait of the enemies, that is still totally offset. I have no idea what that's about. I don't think there is something in the settings I could have actually changed that affected that. Player, that wouldn't have no effect on that. There is something for the portraits 3D. Yeah, that's still offset. That's just weird. Disables custom avatar face textures. I'm not sure if I've ever paid attention to having that on or off. I wonder if it's like when you change your character's face, if it like goes to, I guess, whatever the default is. So Hansu, you said so somebody just pointed out that my chat's not working. I just mentioned that. I thought I was a little bit weird. Stream settings have moved. I go to the stream settings and it says stream settings has moved. Okay. Thank you very much. Live chat. Enable live chat. Allow live chat only. That should be working. I can send a message. I have no idea. So Ivan, I can see your message. Camcrude, Hansu, Damsey, Namir. Well, hello everyone in the chat. I'm sorry if y'all have been trying to chat. I guess I don't know. I went to the settings and everything was correct, but I guess once that saved, it started working. I'm sorry everybody for all that chat issues. I know I've had chat issues before. I thought I was going to have to take a break from this instance. I was about to tell them after this boss fight I will need to do something a little bit of fellowship maybe. Wow, with that single target damage we have, that boss went down fast and we got a bunch of ads. This is one nice thing with the Burglar. I am way higher level, but doing a lot of damage. I will say, on the relatively good side, not that it's at all good, missing chat that long, that it has only been like half an hour, a little bit less, more like 20 minutes. So I think we get these little guys first. I can't do all that much. My AoE's only hit 3 targets. Knives Out even only hits 3. Something. Oh no, it's the Bearing. I thought I somehow did damage to more than one. But it was all Barney the bear. Hello, haha, from South Korea. That is pretty far away from me. I'm actually curious what would be the farthest place from where I am in the Midwest, northern Midwest US. I should also be burgling these mobs. That was one of the whole points, is I'm supposed to be burgling Fornost this time. And also, hello, Vulgar TG. I don't know if I actually said hello to you. I really don't remember Sarah Oakheart ever going down that fast. I wonder what happened. That used to not happen. So a couple people also messaged me on Discord to let me know about the chat. So Hunsu and who was it else? Username 2, thank you all for letting me know about the issue. That's actually a surprisingly good way to reach me outside of the stream if I am on the stream, because usually I have Discord up, and when I'm playing with my kin like this, I have it open where I can see it. So Tamcrude, you're thinking somewhere in the middle of the Indian Ocean? That could be possible. I would have to look at a map. That would be helpful for me to actually see something like that. I will go back and get this little dread mist. That's one of the things, just because I am a little bit higher level and I know this place is extra difficult, try and get the annoying mobs off. We really did get a lot of these dread mists though. I can't use my interrupt. I'm actually silenced. I didn't know there was something that silence actually affected burglars in a way. What does provoke do? I just saw I got a buff from it. One time negate 50% damage, stacks up to 3 times. What the? Greatly reducing damage from the next hit you take, and improves my crit chance on my next attack. That is nice. Hello, Jimmy Brickley from Texas. You were wondering where I get the dope looking armor for all my characters. And he said literally every character has a super sick looking setup. So that's actually surprising, because I think a lot of my characters don't have that great outfits. I've just more recently been paying a bit more attention, trying to get some variety, but thank you very much for the $10 tip there. I think it's called Super Chat on YouTube, but thank you for that. And, oh, I've gotten them through various means. One of the big ones I have used, let me actually just show what this character has. So this one right here is from the Rise of Isengard vendors for level 75 raid outfit that you can, I think you just have to go there and you can barter for it for like marks and medallions nowadays. So there's a lot of vendors like that spread throughout random areas, also the skirmish camp. And then crafted armor, surprisingly. This one, which I'm not going to use on my Burglar, I was just testing it out. This one's a new one I got for my Guardian and potentially Champion. That is a crafted armor set, so some of those are pretty good looking, I think. And then the one I am using right now is a very recent addition. I think I mentioned when the chat wasn't working on the stream, I mentioned that it was from what I was working on my Rune Keeper. I think on Wednesday's stream when we were doing skirmishes and kind of intermission parts of that. Let's see. Getting a little focused on the gameplay here. Hello, Maluthor. And then some other sources for cosmetics. Usually it's just skirmish camp. I feel like a lot of my old characters at least have been skirmish camp, but I'm trying to update to these more variety of sources. Oh yeah, this set, that's what I was going on about. This Aja Korra set, I think that's what it's called. Aja Korra. This is actually crafted armor from Fornost, which I think works surprisingly well on a Burglar. And then one of my, unfortunately the Baroning died, the tank one. One of the outfits I commonly use is from the Dunlanding, the Rise of Isengard book quest, where you go to Isengard and you get the Ranger's outfit. So I used that one on a few characters. I really like it for Captain and my Rune Keeper, at least my Rune Keeper on Arkenstone I've used it on for a while. Then what other sets do I use? Common sources. I'm trying to think of all the different ones. But it's a really good time for that question just because basically this week I've actually been paying a lot more attention, trying to update my cosmetics even more. And another thing I usually do is dye them colorful. Sometimes that is black, which isn't too colorful. Usually I don't do something white, but having outfits, at least I personally think with some contrast in color, looks pretty nice. So like this one's actually the default. If I do the wash dye, it looks like that, a little bit gray, blackish, but I dyed it Evend in blue so it gives a contrast with the red a little bit. So if I think of anything more with the cosmetics, I will comment them. But to get to Vulgar TG, your message, you said you got level 31 on your Warden on Nor, you're finished questing in North Downs and about to move on to Evendim. So you're wondering if you could solo Fornost. You might be able to at that point. It would be a little bit difficult, particularly this last boss could be difficult, but you have the range dance, so that would actually make it a bit easier. I just know he does a lot of damage. But that would be interesting, level 31 to try to solo Fornost. Some of the bosses could be difficult. I know the very last boss requires more than one person, so just mechanically it would be impossible, unfortunately. So one thing with the Burglar, oh, I really should get to some more of these chat messages, but real quick with the Burglar, I'm finding I'm enjoying it. I do like the gameplay, it's just some of the class fantasy part of it I don't enjoy quite as much. Just being something super stealthy, like it is in Burgling and that whole thing, isn't the most appealing to me, but and I really have not been able to use Addle at all. That's one of the things I was hoping to get done. So nothing, you asked if you can still use your 2007 demo for this disc, and you said it hasn't been used? That would be crazy if you could. Somebody got locked out. I don't remember if we can reset this or not. Oh, can we not reset this one? Okay, so I have to try to jump here, so... Oops. I totally failed at that. So whenever he does an induction, actually what I'm going to do is try to use my fellowship maneuver. Oh no, that's the worst part to fall. I feel like I'm used to characters with higher run speed. This guy, the Burglar, oddly enough, I feel like that's one thing with the Burglars, they don't have anything to boost their movement speed. I feel like they would want to run fast, kind of like a rogue, and while they have sprint and some things like that. Oh, he didn't get the fellowship maneuver. I was hoping to get a heal right there. Actually, I shouldn't even have jumped here. Fortunately, I'm going in the water, but I can throw the knife. I wonder if it was a good idea to use a potion there, or if I should have gone ahead and done my evade thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get him to the next phase and then I'll do the evade buff. Oh, unfortunately, I should have used, what is it called, touch and go? Yeah, I should have used touch and go a little bit quicker. Okay, so to get to your message, Jimmy, you asked if I have any characters on Arkenstone. Yes, I have, I don't know, like 16 characters on Arkenstone. Looks like we can kill these bosses now on the way back. And I inspired you to create a warden and you're loving him. I'm glad you're loving him. I know the warden can be difficult to get into, but I think it's a very fun class. And they are advanced due to the gambits. So if you're a beginner in LOTRO, I might say doing another class just to learn more of the game mechanics could be a good idea. But I also personally do find the warden very fun, so it'd be hard to directly not recommend playing it as well. One of the big things is, I don't know how high level you are with the warden, but at level, I think it's 20, not sure, 21, you get all the gambit masteries, which really throws you in for another whirlwind, because those are pretty important. And just gives you a lot more buttons with it. So Volker, you've been going to bed the last few nights with gambit patterns going through your head? You don't know if it's a good or bad thing? I don't know either. It sounds like a good thing. And there's somebody on the map was like, or on the mini map was way over there. See, if I had gambit patterns going through my head once, yeah, they're like way off on the mini-map. That is super weird. We also have the, can't even click them, the dispositioning, that thing, of the character portrait, the select a target portrait. But if I was doing that, I would probably not be able to sleep. Gambit patterns are too exciting. I don't know why I stealthed there. Especially when we had somebody run through and get the boss before everybody got on. Looks like they are waiting this time. And I think we still need the champion to get in. Everybody can go in. And Tam Crude, you asked if there are user interface mods for LOTRO, and there are quite a few UI skins that people use. I personally don't really use those. But there are a lot that I think people like. There's also add-ons which do change the UI a little bit, just show certain things a little bit clearer. or something like that. Okay, so this time we need to jump better. I missed it again. I almost feel like there's putting that debuff on takes too long, because he's only hittable for a little bit. It gives him plus 3% incoming damage. I almost missed the first pillar. This really reminds me of Super Mario 64. I don't know why it just now, after all these years, reminded me of that. But in the castle, there's those little pillars that you have to hit to get the water to go down, if I remember correctly. Kinda in the basement area. And just for some reason I want to do the, whatever that's called, the butt slam thing onto these. But setting that aside, you're wondering where I get the character portraits from. You see a lot of different kinds and yours are so basic. So I think you're talking about these. Ooh, I have Beacon of Gondor. That's for level 100. But you used to only be able to get them from like being... Yeah, I'm going to. Maybe I'll have to wait for this fight a little bit. Had a few people die. It looks like, okay, we still have the Minstrel, the champion. I need to interrupt him. There we go. Looks like I decided to go for a swim again. Oh, he's immune to fellowship maneuvers. That would explain why that hasn't worked before. There we go, we got him. So the character portraits, yeah, so a few of them, I think specifically on playing a legendary server, you can get some of these different ones. I also think you can, if I remember correctly, you might even be able to barter for some in some areas. I don't remember exactly. But also for each like anniversary, for each year you've played LOTRO, you can get one, and then the VIP frame as well if you are a VIP. So all these ones I have these are the yearly ones, and then the Adventure Seeker was for getting level 50 on this server, specifically on a legendary server. I should go ahead and leave the instance. And then my favorite one was getting level 60 on the legendary server, Blaze of Hope. There's also the Horse Lords, which I am not as much of a fan of, but it's not a bad one. It just takes up a little bit more space, I think. And then the Beacon of Gondor, that one takes a lot of space. I think a lot of people like it, but I really like I don't know, this one's kind of simple and just, I think, pretty good looking. The Blaze of Hope one for Moria. That's why I like that one. So for Vulgar with the Warden Gambit patterns, you said it's helping your memory when you play the next day, but it's also stealing an hour of sleep. It's so hard to shut off. Yeah, it's like the fun version of counting sheep. So that actually reminds me, whenever I study for tests for school, sometimes I will have the topics of the exam stuck in my head while I'm trying to go to sleep. And it's actually a good thing in that it helps me remember whatever I need for the test, but then it's a bad thing because I am losing sleep. It's kind of similar. So that is fine, Jimmy, with a ton of questions. I am happy to answer all of those. Let's see. What's a legendary server? It is a VIP subscriber-only server. There are two of them. Both of them are fairly low population now, but they were very populated when they first launched. But they have an artificial level cap set that's lower than the current cap, and it's going to progressively increase to higher levels. So it started at level 50 with Shadows of Angmar a couple of years ago, and now we're already up to a level cap of 100. compared to the regular servers with the rest of the game, the level cap is 130. So it's still the same game, the same updates, balance, classes, all that sort of stuff. Oh, I got Goblin Slayer Advanced done. But yeah, you're also limited to the content that's basically available when that original update came out. It doesn't take the game back to that update, as I mentioned. I think somebody is letting the healer get just shot by this archer. By that somebody, I am mainly referring to me. I could have actually paid attention and helped with that. So for example, with the level capping, or the content capping I mentioned, so right now we have level 100, so we have Gondor unlocked and Old Anorian. But just for example, Far Anorian, that can take you to level 105 and it's an area you could freely explore, but they also like lock that region out so we can't even explore it. In Alexandros, I am playing on Anor right now, which is one of the legendary servers. I mainly play here just because my kin is here, so the group I'm playing with as my kin. This is our Grand Lowbies group, as I forgot it was called. And I'm not sure, I could keep up with my Burglar, but I'm thinking about getting my captain to be in the group. The only thing with the captain is I'd want to tank or heal on him, and we have basically all that covered. I'd actually mainly want to heal on the captain. I know it's not the most viable, that's one reason I don't play it too much. I haven't really burgled any enemies. I was actually going to try there, but looks like we got them in combat pretty quickly. And yeah, Anor, the legendary server, is in the US. All the servers are technically in the US and I think near Boston. Even though they are split between EU and NA. Looks like you cannot burgle the trolls. I was hoping they would have some riches. Let's see, these little goblins I can actually burgle. Except I failed to burgle any items. Guess I can help with combat. Oh, they're just going to pull them anyway. Let's see, while they are working on the quest, I'm going to try to burgle some more goblins. I think I need to use diversion, actually. It's like for a class steed. Oh, still failed. Don't think I can any of those trolls. There are a couple more goblins over here. Except they are in combat. I wonder if I can try to burgle the same one. Can use diversion at least again. I don't think there's a deed for Purge Corruption. Just because I was thinking about it, I was wondering if there was, but I don't think there is. One thing actually I should be doing is maybe playing the yellow line. I know it's not... I don't know, it could actually be a little bit useful even at this point. That was funny with the goblin. I didn't know that's actually what he did. Let's see, I really have no idea how to play the yellow line burglar. It'll take me a minute to remember, but mainly I want to actually just spam my tricks and tricks removals. That would be the whole point of me actually playing the yellow line. But the reason I was thinking about doing this was for the class steeds. I need to not use that. I'll use provoke or trick removal. Well, I can use provoke for that. Riddle can do that. critical hits? Oh, tricks, here it is. Here's a big one I need to do. I need to use 200 tricks, so just basically spam these skills. Not even care about which debuff I'm giving. But just spam them for that deed, because I don't intend to play Yellow Line too much on this character, and that's something I can do use. 100 trick skills a day, I think, is how many you could use. And they have short cooldowns, they're fairly easy to use, I think. So Alexandros, you said you were playing since the Rift raid came out at level 15. You had many characters at Evernight and enjoyed LOTRO each expansion, especially on a North server when they started legacy servers. So you're wondering if it's worth coming back to the live servers or North servers, and I think for most people it would be the live servers, the regular servers. There is a little bit of appeal to the legendary server still. I'm, again, mainly play here just because people I play with are already here. But, let's see. One of the big appeals of the legendary servers was the Shadows of Angmar and Moria content, and we are past that. There is the Throne of the Dread tier, and I think some level-specific raids that aren't scalable that are coming up that are a little bit exciting. So if you're interested in running, say, the Mordor stuff again, the Mordor stuff, which I never did, it's a little bit exciting to get to that. I don't know exactly how it is, how good or bad it is. I just know I wasn't enjoying Mordor as a whole, so I never got around to that. And then Throne of the Dread Terror, I ran a little bit. I don't know if I ever did a full clear of it, so I am actually excited for that raid. I've heard it's a pretty good raid. The main reason I actually probably didn't run more of it is okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to see what they got on their pockets, but they have nothing in there. These goblins, they really don't have much. Wow, I am very slow in stealth. I guess this is just what happens when you play the Yellow Line. I wonder what the skill even does. A small snag, so that is the one. Increased damage, increased attack duration, all that good stuff. So Mischievous Glee, I thought that used to be a heal over time. It looks like it is just an instant 10% max heal, a self heal as well. I thought it used to be a fellowship heal. I wonder it might get affected by some sort of traits later. I'm not actually sure. Goblins can use silver for... honestly, I don't know. Maybe better weapons? It is a little bit weird that all these orcs and stuff just have like the same currency the free people use. Okay, let's see. Oh no, they actually pulled. Looks like we're pulling two groups at once. I feel like this is a bad time to be Yellow Line, but maybe Double-Edged Strike does enough damage that I can be a little bit helpful with that. Okay, I was going to try to use a trick removal here because I can actually stun 3 targets, it looks like. Tricks. I'm at 219. I think I could even get a trick. I could actually just pick this trait to have a trick and weave it in every once in a while when I have to play the L line, just for tricks. Even though it still would be faster, I think. But I don't remember what that deed started at. Alright, while they are doing that, I am going to try to get another goblin burgled. Nope, he also did not have any things. So Vulgar, yeah, maybe the goblins do walk into a market and ask for better clothes. That goblin actually didn't have bad clothes. Looks like some decent quality armor. He didn't do a good job of holding him back. So Vulgar, you were wondering what area I enjoyed the instances the most and what area I think the questing is the best. That is a good question, because I honestly have no idea. Yeah, these goblins are all broke. Sometimes I can burgle like armor or something, but I guess I've neglected this burglar for so long he just can't burgle anything anymore. Oh, that one is ranged. That is not fair. I wonder if you get the skill. Yeah, I do not have provoke on my skill bar. I just realized that. I guess because I don't play yellow line, it's just something I didn't even miss in this spec. Alright, now I want to try to burgle these goblins again. Well, I just had my first successful burgle. And it was a shield. I didn't even see a shield. White dwarf shield. Yeah, it was my first successful burgle this whole time. It also looks like I looted an earring at one point, and I just saw I have officer chat. Here, I should probably turn that off as well. I'll enable it on this little tab. I didn't even see what was going on in that. So tricks, let's see how we're doing on that. Should probably add this to my tracker. That will be a good way to check all that. So this pool, back when LOTRO was at least a little bit more difficult, I know it used to be pretty tough. It's probably still can be a little bit tough now. I just know it's very easy to pull a lot of stuff here. So we'll see how it goes with this group. Ivan, you were wondering how one pulls a shield out of goblins' pockets. I believe it is a burglar trick that will stay with them. Yeah, I might be more of a wizard than a burglar. I don't know if I ever realized that Sneak was so slow in the yellow line. I'm just noticing it now. I don't play the spec on the Burglar all that much. As in, basically ever. But that is extremely slow. I wonder if back in the day, I know, say compared to World of Warcraft, the rogue stealth used to be very slow and it's been sped up on, I think, certain specs with them. I wonder if like the red line or whatever base burglar you played was also super slow and Sneak like that. I really do have, my whole mini-map is messed up as well. It has a couple people over there, a few here. Looks like I can still use tricks. I'm already up to 271 though. I'm honestly curious, if I did one of those advancement things, I have to have a ton of them in my shared storage. Because you get one, I think, on every character, a skill and slayer deed. It might actually be worth just spending an hour spamming tricks on this character just to get that whole deed done. I'd rather do it in an hour, I think, than slowly do it 100 a day. I wonder why it randomly entered trade LFF in world chat. Oh, I lost connection to the chat server. I'm having all sorts of issues, it seems like, today. Overall, it's been a good time in LOTRO today, but just all these random issues with the YouTube and the chat not working, and then the whole UI thing, the monster portraits, the selected target portraits, and the mini-map. Yeah, it looks like... Oh no, I can still use tricks. I thought I was actually done. I wonder if it's 200 a day you can use. I have no idea how that's still progressing, because I thought I was... I thought I saw it at a point that was 100 back here. And Ivan, thank you again for promoting the channel membership option for my channel. That is, yeah, I think there are 10 members right now, Ivan, so we're up to that, but 11's a little bit better of a number than 10. So that would be nice. Hello, Estelle John. You were wondering if I'm excited about the new Lord of the Rings MMO, and honestly, I am not. There is little about that can excite me right now. It is a little bit interesting, but I'm not really excited, mainly because a lot of newer MMORPGs just don't have the gameplay or combat systems that I usually like. So I prefer the old style of MMOs, kind of like LOTRO and World of Warcraft. Looks like we're going all greens here, so I will contribute to that. I would say I'm actually a little bit useful with my debuffs in the yellow line here, but I'm just spamming my trick skills, so I'm not keeping up like a single good trick like you normally would. I think usually burglars would do trick and rage for incoming damage. And then what's the other one? There is another one that I think they occasionally use. It could be, yeah, it's disable, I think that's what it's called. There's actually another trick that's completely useless that I didn't take. It just doesn't do enough, but it could give me something to progress my deeds a little bit. Use more trick skills. Get it just for that. Okay, we got the boss, but I think we still have to kill the ads for this encounter. And it looks like I have a poison I need to remove. I'm also really not used to the keybinds on this character, or on this spec. Well, it looks like we get it. Unfortunately, 2 of the people died here. Oh, do you not have your res yet? I wonder what level that is. That sounds familiar. So the Burgling here, I don't know if they have their res yet. It's level 36, you get it. Bear up. So we got that done. Just as a heads up for the stream, I actually don't know if we will be doing any more of this. So Hunsu, that is okay that YouTube doesn't like your region. Although 11 is a better number. I appreciate you all at least wanting to support me, and all the members of course, and Ivan for being a level 7 member. It really is nice, so thank you all for that. So I don't know if we are running more. I think the plan initially was just to run those two and finish at 8 o'clock server time, which is 7 o'clock my time, and it's 7:03 right now. Oops, were we not good to leave? Oh. Should I come back and help with that? I didn't know there were still quests that needed to be done. Or was it just looting the boss? Okay, so it sounds like they don't need me right now, but I don't know exactly. So this area, I don't remember if this river used to always be here. It might have. But I think they are adding a level 50 region up over there beyond those rocks a little bit. So I don't know how close I can get to that, and if I get, there's probably invisible walls, and if I get too close it might port me out, but I thought we could explore that just while I was in this area. But I'm not sure if this group will be running more. I guess we'll find out shortly. I'm surprised I actually like this outfit on a character. It seems decent for a burglar. It's a little bit colorful for a burglar, but that is okay. The cloak works surprisingly well as well. Normally, I don't quite use cloaks like this, but I think it is okay. So is there a way over here up? It looks like a Huorn. Like it looks like the tree doesn't fit in, and it actually looks like the mob type. I totally missed what happened, but we had somebody leave the group. Guess I could go on my mount. This is a pretty long way down, so the supposed region that we suspect is being added is somewhere in this area. I'm actually on the Breland map, I didn't even know that. I feel like they'll have to update the map for this area. There's paths up there. I know there's also the boat. I don't think I have that showing on the map, but the Dockmaster, there's actually one right down there, which probably has to do with the new region as well, Trader's Wharf. Yeah, here's the Trader's Wharf. See, I haven't actually been here. I know a lot of people have actually explored this in game. I might have before they added this little dock here. It actually looks like a Gondor house. It looks like the style in West Gondor, the very first camp you go to out there. It's kind of surprising. And yeah, they said that they are going to be adding a new region for a non-level cap region, basically for lower levels. And the big suspicion is that it is right here and going to be a level 50 place. There are many hints for that. First of all, the region, so it'd be level 50 or lower. Second of all, some people have seen mobs here that are about level 50, I think maybe even 45. I can actually discover this already. And the third is some reputation items were found, I think in one of the open betas. In one of the betas, it thinks. So it sounds like we're done with that today, but done with the group content. So I do have other stuff I can do on this character. I actually want to get him ready to run Angmar. And yet Maluthor, I guess this might be. Yes, I would be. Basically anything for me. And hello, oh, I cannot say that name. That did not come out right. Elan or Gondolin. Hold up, I'm totally butchering that name as I'm trying to do it again, chat. Low or high level, it does not matter to me. I don't know, would you all be up for trying a tier 2 3-man, maybe? Okay, yeah, I'd be interested just to try it, see how it is. So, Elan of Gondolin, thank you for becoming a channel member. It sounds like we're going to switch gears now that we finished the whatever group that was called. I forget the name of it. What is his name? Legan. But yeah, thank you for becoming a channel member and supporting the content. I really do appreciate that. If you're wondering what things like that go to, basically equipment upgrades is what I am working towards. Equipment upgrades as in potentially a webcam in the future. If I do that, I'm trying to plan it for a special event that would be way down the line. And whoa, the shadows in here look a little bit weird. See, this character, his cosmetics, he's a few different ones that I kind of like. Depends on what I'm in the mood for, I suppose. So it's a Sindarin name, okay. Yeah, the LOTRO, and I guess the Lord of the Rings by extension, has a lot of names that are very hard for me to pronounce. I wonder if this character, I think I looked on him, what the set looked like. This is the same one I was using on my Burglar, but it just does not look good on an elf to me, for some reason, or at least a male elf. But the other option was I did get this new set. If I had a cloak to go with that, I would probably be fine actually using it. I wonder if I'll be healing or DPSing. I can actually do a little bit of DPS in my heal spec since I'm down to at least epic conclusion on the lightning tree. Yeah, that's pretty much, I guess the goal of this character eventually would be to get him vivid imagery in this tree. I don't know how many more trait points. I actually only need, what, like 3 more trait points. So I'm not sure exactly. I think we're waiting for some people to get set up. I could have actually stayed on my Burglar. But we're going to be running a tier 2, one of the 3-mans. I have not run these on tier 2. So Ivan, he said a webcam would be so cool. Yeah, that's, I know something some people have requested. And alright, I will check on that. So it sounds like one of the people we're playing with might drop out, so we might have to get somebody else for this, but yeah, that's one of the things. And then I'm looking to getting a GPU. I think he wanted us to check to see if Glor or somebody else wanted to join. I can tell my FPS. This is why we turned all these settings down that I just turned up at the very beginning of the stream in Evendom, way back when the chat wasn't working.
Would you help me with something?
But an area like this, or like Minas Tirith, is one of the reasons I had some of those settings turned down, because I see my FPS going down. If I went to Minas Tirith, it'd probably be pretty bad. That is almost the exact same outfit as me. Wow. It's just a different color. I don't think I've ever seen somebody with this outfit. That's pretty crazy. I think that he has a lot of glow on him. So it looks like we got somebody in pretty quickly. One of the things, this guy, I'll probably save a lot of my motes of enchantment for my warden. Which of course right now I think I'm going to be healing on my Rune Keeper. But yeah, that's the... I don't really know why I went to this vendor. I guess just filling the time a little bit. The voice never fits the face, Ivan. That is possible. I don't even know what my voice makes me sound like. I just know, so in my old streams, kind of actually when I started the Nor LM series, that would be like 2 years ago. A little bit over 2 years ago. I'd never realized this, but I don't know if my voice has changed so much the past 2 years or something. But I feel like I had a strong accent. I don't even know what type of accent, but it sounded like I had a strong accent. Which this mic seems to be maybe better about not picking it up. Not that it would be a bad thing. Looks like we are doing Sunken Labs on Tier 2 challenge. Defeat 30 culvert slugs in under 30 minutes. Guess we have 30 minutes.
By delving into the darkness.
Looks like... So I switched to DPS until we need heals, but all of my skills decide to go off my skill bar somehow. Had this happen once before, I think, so it'll just take me a minute here. Which is really bad timing. I don't think that's where that usually is. Proof final word. So it's all those lightning spells from... There we go. No, I have vivid imagery. I think vivid imagery is usually up here. Then it should just be the Fulgurite runestone. There we go. I think that's all that was missing. Ooh. A little crawler. Oh, Epic Conclusion. I need that one. Where is Epic Conclusion? There we go. I don't know if the debuff they put on you makes you take more damage. I might actually need to switch to heal spec. I wonder if the hunter ever got her imbued LI. I know that would be quite helpful. Keep finding skills I'm still missing. I honestly have no idea. It seems like 28 minutes. It should still be plenty of time, but I don't know. So Ivan, you said you picture a face with brown or dark hair, soft features, blue eyes, and always wearing dark colors. The dark colors part is interesting. I don't think I always wear dark colors. I try not to, at least. Brown or dark hair sounds accurate enough. I don't know exactly what color my hair is. Oh, whatever I have does not seem to be a healthy eye. Okay, so are you all ready? Oh. Should I run there real quick? Oh yeah. I asked him if I should run here. He said it'd probably be helpful, and these guys have a ton of morale. And I just remembered to put do not fall on you. So play gaming, I do not have one in mind. Mainly, the only place I could really set it up is I'd have to hook to my monitor somehow. I got mine. And for anybody curious, I don't know if I mentioned this, this is our first time running tier 2, so it's kind of interesting. So we'll give the Guardian heal. That is one nice thing about having so many trait points now. At this level, is I can do a little bit of off healing on my Rune Keeper here, or a little bit of off DPS if I switch to primarily healing. Oh, and another member. Thank you, Play Gaming, for becoming another channel member. I do appreciate the support. That is 12 members. That is crazy. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something to say about that. Just my YouTube channel. Something I never would have imagined. Something like that. This will be an interesting fight though, I think. I don't know what the little ads, I guess they died fairly quickly. I didn't know if they were full signatures as well, like the ones with 100k morale as well, but they do not appear to be. So Play Gaming, you watch my videos before school starts. I hope it's a good way to start your day. Alright, I do have, at this high level with this many trait points, I do have a couple solid heals at least I can throw on you. Really helps having them be at hell highs, it's just a crazy difference. The imbued allies, especially like as a DPS having the good healing bag. I don't know, do you have an imbued one? I guess you have an imbued two-hander. Wow. So Play Gaming, you said you got an ugly white wall behind your desk. I have something very similar. I have my desk set up in a little bit of a weird way. Instead of having the desk against the wall, it's basically against just the open room. So I live in an apartment that's whatever off-white that apartments paint their wall. I'll say this combat's got me very distracted from that. But anyway, yeah, that's also what's behind me. I was actually thinking I could get a green wallpaper. It'd be a nice opportunity for a green screen. I don't know exactly how that would work. I think things like that are available. Archaeology with Gaelic from home. It does sound weird to study to me. Not like weird in a bad way. I feel like a lot of people, weird has that like connotation that it's bad, but I don't necessarily think so. Ooh, Abomination Heaver. Yeah, I just saw, I was like, maybe I should have switched to heal for him. Ow. Was that an induction? I was paying attention to trying to heal real quick. So Hunsu, you have the Reaper behind your desk. The first thing I thought of that from that was actually Reaper from Overwatch. Oh, so Ivan, I missed a little bit. I missed a little bit of the chat. Oh, so Play Gaming, you are a teacher, not a student. Oh yeah, I didn't even see we got that many already. So the slugs, the challenge, we're doing, seems decent. 1/3 of the way done with the timer, but almost halfway done with the slugs. And I think the Guardian switched to blue line for this fight, so I'll put Do Not Fall back on him and start with a heal. I am still in DPS, but if it doesn't work I can switch to heal. Oh yeah, I forgot I have all the level 100 food on this character. Yeah. Yeah, that's like a ton of vitality. Especially I'm still under 30k morale somehow. It's all my glass cannon gear once I get to... Maybe, if I ever get to essences on a character like this, I don't think I need to use Epic Conclusion yet. Yeah, it's... I wonder if it's avoidable though. Toxic Curse. So Hunsu, you have a golem wallpaper in the corner of your room. Yeah, it would sound a little bit dangerous to have a golem rather than just a wallpaper of him. So even if I'm in heal spec, that'll like one-shot me anyway. I don't know. Oh yeah, for me it was 2 19.4k hits with Toxic Curse. Eat all my good level 100 foods. Wonder it's the Toxic Defiler. I assume that's the big one. Abomination Defiler, okay. So I think we should kill that one. Are you doing it on the Defiler? Yeah, the Defiler had an induction. I'm guessing that's what it was. See, that one is at least avoidable. Except, I don't know, for the Guardian, well, that trolling just does damage to me. Yeah, Malithor, the big damage. Want to run away from that. And Vulgar Rune Keeper are good healers. They, yeah, it's probably good to go ahead and run back. The Rune Keepers, I think, have the potential to have the best healing in the game. They just don't have, say, compared to the Minstrel, the buffs or a little bit of support like from the anthems that go along with it are the Bay Warnings. They have valuable debuffs as well, and they even do a little bit of damage, not too much, but they do provide a little bit. The Rune Keeper, the main sort of thing they provide other than the healing is Do Not Fall this day, and in AoE they can use the Runestone for some AoE stuns, I suppose. I don't know if most healing Rune Keepers, I feel like they would spec for physical mitigation, especially if it's a raid, but if you actually can use AoE CC, if you're running like a regular instance or something like that, I could see them being a little bit helpful with pivot imagery in the Runestone. Wow, your walls sound interesting, Eleanor. Eleanor? That might be a good name for me to call you, Eleanor. But you said your walls are like the royal armories in Leeds. Not familiar with those, but you said all sorts of ancient, medieval, and post-industrial weapons. Okay, I do have Do Not Fall up this time. Well, I wonder, was the crawler not activated? I might have actually activated him. Okay, let's see. Actually use this. I gotta hold 20k crit out of that. I guess that's what happens when you run tier 2, all your damage goes down, the enemies get more buffs. Did you say he feared you? Oh, I was kind of wondering if you were tracking him all that way. Flurry of Words debuff. It looks like I can use Epic Conclusion now. Ooh. Yeah, feared me. Fortunately, this is kind of the Rune Keeper when I'm not getting crits. That was a low damage sequence, still low damage. This crawler finally got a crit when he was almost done. So play gaming, you should have a button pop up on your screen to summon your skirmish soldier. You might even get a skill to summon it. Let's see, skirmish soldier, direct soldier. Let's see, it's somewhere in here. I'm gonna go really quick. Make sure I'm pointing the right way. Yeah, you can, I think, yeah, that looks like you can call upon your skirmish soldier, so I think you can do it. I accidentally hit him. Sorry. Oh, looks like they got a bunch of guys. Yeah, there are a lot more coming. Oh, if I had my potion ready, I could have gone through that. See, I think I even have run speed boost. Yeah, I feel like we've been running too much easy content. This is actually fun for me. So that's one thing with my kin. Somebody just said this is providing us a good challenge, and we haven't actually run too much challenging content since maybe level 85. The epic battles are fairly easy. Try to get platinum in there. things like that, but not really instance difficulty. And I think even the hunter doesn't have her imbued LI, which we've talked about way much. That's a very helpful thing. And I need to res the hunter, it looks like. But for the potions, I'm actually going to put them on my skill bar. I think that would be a bit of a help. And then, yeah, these potions, these are the good potions, the ones at the top, they restore over my maximum morale, actually. Whoa, that was a weird noise. I don't know if you all heard that noise, I have no idea what that was. It's a loud pop noise. It's a little bit concerning, but I honestly don't know. Okay, so we're going... It was pulling some guys. I am not in combat, but the Guardian is, and I can give him a heal. I'm going to try to line of sight things. That is always fun. I always enjoy that as a tank, because it means everything's nice and rounded up. Give myself a bubble. And there we go, we got a big grouping. And it's also fun as a DPS when the tank can get them all settled like that. I probably should be picking a better target to prioritize, I guess the one the hunter is hitting. Still only 22k. Yeah, Volker may be golem is coming through my walls. That fight went really well for me in terms of like procs and things like that. Seems like a lot of the times when I'm actually paying attention on the Rune Keeper, I don't get like my epic conclusion, the buff, when I want to use that. Even this one, Static Surge, I feel like sometimes I go a long time without getting that, but also doing a bunch of like 2k hits, not getting any crits with my spells and just having low damage. Your all's theories on Jaws, Golem, and Ghosts, they're really reassuring right here. It did, so you all could hear it enough, it sounded like a party popper. So, before we had this big slowdown, didn't somebody mention we were going like really well? I wonder, I think Imbued Allies did actually come out with this update if I remember correctly. I wonder if the tier 2 is designed around that. I keep forgetting Essence of Winter. It's something I used to use. It did a little bit of damage there. I don't know if it's worth using too much in AoE now, though. Is there something to the right we need, just curiously? Okay. So we can avoid that, right? I think the hunter accidentally pulled, but fortunately didn't get the troll with that. Where I cannot target the other crawler. There we go. I'm guessing all these slugs we cannot get before the first boss. Fun. Where's the defiler? Oh, okay. I thought it was one of these that were pulled. I'm just thinking right now, Lightning Rune Keeper is pretty fun. It has enough melee range stuff that I feel like I actually sometimes do want to be in melee. It's kind of nice. I've always wanted a more... So there aren't that many magical classes in LOTRO. There's the Rune Keeper and Lore Master are the most wizard-like. There's some other classes with, I would say, somewhat magical elements. Kind of like the Minstrel, even though a lot of their stuff is just music and the ballads. As far as dealing damage, the ballads and screams and shouts and all that. So Defiler, we gotta get him down. Make sure he doesn't do his thing. Trying to save my interrupt for his yellow induction, which is the one that one-shot me earlier. But I did not need that. And then we have the workers. I wonder if that fear is random target? Or what it is, I got it again. Oh, the Guardian died. I was going to use a potion. I actually don't know what happened there. I clicked the potion and... I don't know, that was a little bit weird. I thought I had a lot more morale than I took with that. Oh well, time to run back. This guy's getting a lot of exercise from this. Oh yeah, I was looking for a run speed boost. I probably have them in my shared storage, if anything. Let's see, let's make this smaller so I can actually see where I'm running. Run speed boost. I might have taken them out on another character. It sounds like something I actually did recently. Normally I have so many of these type of things. Combat usage blocked by an active effect or item. I wonder if it's... Uh-oh. Oh, I went the wrong way. Wow. I guess a little too distracted with this. I totally got turned around and went the wrong way. So Vitalist, you prefer the Fire Rune Keeper. Lightning Rune Keeper abilities are hard for you to tell apart. It's just spamming instant cast. That is true. And yeah, Fire does have different dots and induction times, and I also enjoy Fire. I was just finding kind of that particular fight, Lightning, to be pretty fun. A good variety of things. I used to always like Fire better, but I actually always liked both of them, but usually preferred Fire over Lightning. But I feel like I've shifted a little bit to preferring Lightning lately, which probably does help that Lightning's pretty strong at this point. Okay, so I will have my consumables real quick. I think we got the Defiler down at least. So try to put Do Not Fall on the Guardian. There we go. So it's a little bit weird with this instance. We're actually prioritizing the crawlers so they don't slow the Guardian. Well, slow the Guardian and the rest of us. Now I can use Epic Conclusion. Oh, gotta get out of that. Yeah, I just saw the hunter get stuck in that. Oh, I was going to heal myself and then heal the hunter, and now I got stunned by the troll. Ooh, that almost killed me. Use my potion. Yeah, those 30k morale potions are nice right now. Okay, I think are all the little ones dead now? Oh, I just saw him, the Guardian was running him down and he just stomped me. Dude. Wow. I am running into rats. Wow. I got feared by the troll into rats. That was not good. Okay, let me try that run speed thing. I'll actually take it out of my shared storage and see if it still says the same thing. Oh, combat run speed. I have to be in combat for that. I need an out of combat version of that. I think the Guardian's trying to run him all the way back. Don't mean to point this out, but we have like 10 seconds left. Yeah, it just kind of sounded easy though. So I think I'm going to quickly... I don't know, the Guardian's in a tank spec. He's pretty defensive, so I don't think I have to rush to heal him. Oh. He just ran just out of line of sight. I think the hunter got feared, it looked like, into that. So somebody, Eleanor, you asked or said, you hope we get to see the wars King Eamor had over the Sea of Rune as an expansion with the Earlingas. I'd actually be a little bit interested in that. I have no idea. This was a stealthy troll. I have no idea where he came from. Yeah, the troll here, these guys just do a lot of damage. But yeah, I think Sea of Rune, if I remember correctly, that's a... Oh, well, let me show the map. Let me try really quick to just go somewhere random. The Sea of Rune. Rune is over here, so I assume this is the Sea of Rune. I think I would be interested in that area, especially because the Iron Hills, I think, is an interesting area, and I think it could just be an interesting landscape to lead into. I'm totally here not helping. I did not realize they were fighting a crawler that whole time. Another, what was it? Liver? Yeah. And crawlers. I guess they aren't linked to the orcs, at least. So play gaming, you said, should you do these skirmishes in order? It doesn't really matter. And if you're talking about Scuttle Dells, that is actually a full instance. That is as far as I know, a 3-man instance. So it definitely seems like the boss would own you. So that's a group instance. The actual skirmishes, which are just a type of instance, they're a little bit different. They can scale solo, 3-man, fellowship, and raid. So you can set what group size you want to run them with, and of course you can't run like the solo version with a group of 6, but the skirmishes, if you go to the panel, Control J, here I can look now. I think if you open that panel, the skirmishes specifically will be the ones at the bottom, and you won't have as many of as I have if you just unlock them. Oh, he's targeting me. Somehow we got him down. I thought he had a lot of health left. I saw him target me. I got a couple good crits there. I know Static Surge. No, that's not way back. I thought it was Epic Conclusion. I got a decent crit. Yeah, I got a few crits there actually. Rid of Lightning even. Whatever this one was. Sustaining Bolt. Essence of Storm did 11k. Looks like Vivid Imagery. Oh, Epic Conclusion. That's what did it. And then, Ivan, you asked something about SSG, going to continue something. Be careful to single target here. If I think they're going to continue moving east with the maps and looking warriors in the east, I think that would be interesting. I really have no idea, though. So, Vulgar, you're wondering the expansion releases. There was Mines of Moria, Siege of Mirkwood, Rise of Isengard, Riders of Rohan, Helm's Deep, Mordor, Minas Morgul, and then War of Three Peaks as a mini expansion. In order. Oh, I don't know what happened there. That was a little bit weird. I thought the Guardian just like ran past them. Oh, I wasn't paying too much attention, so I didn't even see what was going on. I was just hitting things. So the Fourth Age, which I am totally not familiar with, is said as east with Aragorn and Eomer, leading armies that way. See, that's something I would be interested in exploring, definitely. I think a lot of people want to see the Scouring of the Shire. I think that's what it's called. I'm not too familiar with that, but I think that could be interesting. It'd be a little bit weird, just a tiny bit. I know of it, just based on the name Scouring of the Shire, but yeah, I think going to the east to more unexplored lands on the, I think it's more on the edges of Middle Earth as far as I know. Let's see if I can actually get somewhere where I can open the map real quick. Again, oh, and I opened it. Clicked back too many times. Oh well. I'll get when I res the Hunter, I can look real quick. But there's Rune in the east. I think there's also a place called Khan or Harad somewhere. Both of those places sound a little bit familiar. See, that time I got an okay-ish AoE crit from Essence of Winning. Ooh, almost. Saw him go down real quick, that was a little bit weird. I noticed you seem to randomly take like a huge hit or something from these crawlers. Do you know what that is? Yeah, that archer is targeting him. I think my days only last 10 seconds, but I can still do it. Give a little bit of respite from him. that crit? Was it? I thought I saw 50,000, but it might have been 20,000. Yeah, 26,000. I don't know why, but getting big crits in any game still excites me. It's like something my characters on Arkenstone or whatever, my level 130s, they get a lot more, but it's still interesting to see characters progress and get good crits. Yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like. Vulgar is what I'm thinking of when people talk about it, is when Saruman goes back to Hobbiton in the Shire and wrecks them, basically. That, at least to me, would sound accurate for scouring of the Shire. Okay, while we are waiting for the hunter, who has a long way to run back, let's actually look at the map. So in the east we have Rune, and then Harad and Khan, these are the ones to the south. I would be a little bit interested in that, just because Gondor, while at first it didn't interest me, I actually think the enemies there, the pirate type things, what are they called? Whatever they're called, I forget the name of them. I think it would be interesting to see them, basically. And then Rovanian going east of here, just because I think the Iron Hills, is even where the Dale lands east of Mirkwood, all that has some interesting areas. The Brown Lands itself and the Great River is a pretty neat area. So seeing this whole area, which is a huge area on this map, it's basically all this stuff. Maybe even more, since there's places between northern and south Mirkwood. I didn't see they started a fight. But yeah, I think all that stuff could be pretty interesting. So the Fourth Age, actually, so would we technically be in the Fourth Age? Then I'm not really too familiar with the ages. But as far as I know, in LOTRO, we're on Volume 5 with the book quest, and that's after the ring was destroyed and Aragorn has become king. So yeah, so I was just thinking, to me that sounds like we are in the Fourth Age. I think mentioned, yeah, they're at the end of the book, so we could move east. I feel like one of the things they've actually said is they're interested in exploring all these smaller stories now that they've gone through the main book. So they're doing Gundabad with the dwarves and all that. And I really don't know what they could do after that. There's so many possibilities, so many areas I'd be interested in, exploring new areas, even filling out some of the regions we already have. There's little gaps in the zones. I really wish this map, you can't right click out of it, it just exits the map. But some of the areas in Eriador, there's that place south of Breland that I think could be interesting, south of Andrath specifically. There is the area between Forishal and Angmar. So we are in the Fourth Mage, and yeah, Minas Morgul, as far as LOTRO goes, is after Mordor. It was quite a bit after. I think Gundabad is supposed to be after the ring is destroyed, since it kind of follows after the Black Book of Mordor, which the Black Book of Mordor, as far as I remember, is after the ring is destroyed, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I think we're coming up on the first boss fight, finally. We're like an hour. Oh, no, that we're actually an hour. Looks like we're maybe close to 50 minutes, 45 minutes into this. But we're finally coming up on the first boss fight. I really like running this on Tier 2. As I mentioned towards the beginning of this, we have not run challenging content much lately, so it's kind of fun to have that difference. Ooh, that That did a lot of damage to me. Yeah, that the first one almost one-shot me, then the second one almost did the same amount of damage. Yeah, first was poison breath, second was sludge. And we did all that work to get to the boss. Hopefully we don't just die on the boss. I'd actually be interested in looking at the loot. Although from what I've heard, the loot is not any good in these instances, unfortunately. Still something that I'd be interested in at least seeing myself and get a little bit excited about. Wonder, I could, if we really needed it, I could actually craft myself some light armor, some essence armor, and put a bunch of essences in it, vitality essences, just to boost my morale. Let me see. I wonder, would it be good to go healing on the boss fight? Okay, I also could, I don't have any essence armor on me, but I could craft some if I really needed to, and I have vitality essences I could put in it. If it comes to that. Oh. You're... Sorry, I didn't realize you were still in it. I'm not quite there yet. I'm a slow Rune Keeper. There's a lever here. I doubt I can click it. Yeah, I don't think I can get in. Oh, the lever just opened actually. Yep. I had to click the lever like 3 times it seemed like, but it eventually worked. Linden, yeah, that's the Ear of the Wind type area. I'd also be interested in that. I like the elf starting area. I feel like I've quested there so many times, but... Whoa. He missed that time. I was so scared when I saw him running after me. You might be able to hit the lever a few times and it'll eventually open. At least that's what it did for me. Okay, I think ooh. I was about to say I think I'm going to switch to heal the Guardian, but I could heal myself and got the ads now. I was going to say I can use Epic Conclusion there. Oh, I didn't see the Guardian almost went down. I did not mean to use whenever I used Shocking Words. The Guardian got his own morale restored. Oh, I was just about to put Do Not Fall on you, Annie. Well, it's going on you, Jimmy. This time he stunned me. Oh, yeah, that time he stunned me and then breathed on me. Vulgar, I've got to be honest, I'm probably going to agree with you about the Brawler. So you first asked, actually. Yeah, well, before that, Vitalius. I think I got that name right. Yeah, Vitalius211. You said to explore the remains of Osirian. I think basically all those would be neat. There really are just so many possibilities that are exciting. And then Vulgar, you said... Guardian is almost down. Hopefully I can at least get there, get in combat, because I have the Do Not Fall on him. Wow. Yeah, that was definitely a big crit he did. No, I was DPS. Do you think that was fine? I mean, the one time I needed to heal, it seemed like it was okay when I got back the first time, but I don't know. It's not like the healing spec can just prevent one-shots is the problem. Okay, so I think we have to wait for the hunter to get back. But for the Brawler, you said you like the idea of a hero class, Vulgar, and kind of similar to WoW, I know, like the Death Knight. I think the Demon Hunter is probably technically considered a hero class in WoW. That's my least favorite class in the game, is the Demon Hunter. But anyway, if they had it in LOTRO where you start at level 50 or 60, that'd be pretty interesting. So when I think of Brawler, I think of a Dwarf. I also think Grace of Man could be Brawler. But it would be interesting if they started at 50 and like started at Moria maybe, or 60 as in finished Moria. Both of those could be neat if they actually started you at that level. But in a way, I also can't see Brawler being a super smooth experience. The first thing is the Beorning. I feel like there are many things that need to be updated with the Beorning, mainly with their DPS spec. And it wasn't the smoothest thing. They also have issues with the Beorning where their abilities don't even scale properly, and on top of that, certain ones, the main form works with dual wield, but if you're dual wield in bear form, all those skills draw from your main hand. So it's not helpful. Yeah, unless you want to wait for Do Not Fall. But that'd be like 2 minutes. Actually, I need to eat food still. It gives me like 2k more morale to survive that 25k hit he likes. Looks like a good spot to me. I was about to run away since I thought he was doing something, but they got a fellowship maneuver on him. Okay, get away from the poison breath area. Sustaining bolt. Now I can use... thought I could use concession or rebuttal. I had the little glow around sustaining bolt like it would be free, but it was not. But now I can use epic conclusion and go about mid combat. Uh-oh. That's likely going to kill me, but I don't know. Actually did not. I was pretty surprised there. I thought when he did the poison breath there seems to usually be a little delay. I don't know if he does something else with it. I think with that the hunter is going to go down. Do not fall on the hunter. I feel like I need a do not fall for myself, really. Kind of like the shamans in WoW, they actually have the self-res with Ankh, or not Ankh, reincarnation. Hello Fred, I am playing on Anor with my kin. It is going pretty decently right now, but yeah, that's the server. To catch up a little bit with the chat, Eleanor Deer said the Axemen of Lossenarch, which I think Lossenarch maybe, and the Clansmen of Lamadon. I still don't know Lamadon if it's actually said like Lamadon. I assume it's not Lamedon, but they can make a class of pure two-hander DPSers. That would be a little bit neat. A lot of the classes, I think, can choose between dual wield and two-hander. I guess Guardian's the exception, but they have tank and shields a lot. And then captains, they use one-hander and light shield, often in tank or heal spec. I have a do not fall on Annie for when I get back, at least. I think. Okay, I was going to say just in case. I have faith she won't die though. So Vulgar. Wait, so first Ellen, you said Clansmen, the Warhammer ones wear big Tartank hilts. You love it, that's all I can wear in real life. I have no idea what those are. Well, they sound like kilts, but I really have no idea beyond that what they are. And then, yeah, the 24k damage definitely hurts. So Vitalius, you play on Laurelin, you might be one of the first. I've probably heard from some other players that play on Laurelin, but I really have just enough morale to survive that. Just nothing else with it. Oh, I was trying to stay away to heal up real quick. I thought you said you got hit for 190,000. Wait. I said, hold up, I thought you said you got hit by 190,000. I think that's how much health he had left. Yeah, so when I think of kilts, I always think of that guy, Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons, and his kilt. Oh no! That worked. That worked all the other times too. I think. Yeah, this time I was in combat when I revived. All the other times I revived out of combat. Wonder if I did it too quick or something. So Vulgar, to get to your question about the same problem with playing other MMOs where you die to fall damage a lot because you're expecting to break your leg. Yeah, it's kind of nice because you can still move fast, but thinking specifically World of Warcraft, since that's basically the only other one I've played recently. Yeah, sometimes I do get a little bit close to dying or dying because I'm like, oh, I'll just get slowed. But yeah, we got the boss down to 50,000 and it reset when I revived there. That was just an unfortunate series of events in a way. One more food real quick. Yeah, I kind of like this spot. Yeah, slow fall on the mages is really nice. And wow, I don't really know if I main mage, that's what I used to always play the most, but oh yeah, I should probably put Do Not Fall on somebody. I'll put it on the Hunter real quick. I'm just going to use a potion on that. angry. I think you have do not fall. Oh, I gotta heal the hunter. Epic for the Ages is so slow and not in heal spec. But it's like one of the only options I have, especially when my other heals are on cooldown. I think I will use a bubble. Actually, I'm going to heal the Guardian and use a bubble. Probably should have bubbled the hunter right there. Hopefully they don't get one shot. That is one nice thing, I keep actually mentioning it a few times now. But about the Rune Keeper is I can switch between healing and DPS here in a fight like this pretty flexibly. Oh, I got a nice 36k crit there. Oh, unfortunately the hunter went down. No, do not fall this time. I don't think I should be this close to him. If you need a heal, let me know. Oh, I absorbed that. I don't know how I absorbed it, but it looked like one of the effects that would have been like the one-shot type thing. Okay, we need to give him a heal. Is it that shield wall that keeps absorbing all my damage? Oh, I thought it just like returned some of it. Wow. I keep expecting to be at like 0 health basically. Oh. So Ivan asked why I'm not playing healer on Rune Keeper, and that is because we can use the damage and the healing won't block the one-shots too much, and I can do a decent amount of healing on the Rune Keeper, at least that's the thoughts right now. I assume you want to try to tank the last 100k? Or 77 now. And then Ellen, you said you've played the mages since vanilla. Wow, but Blood Elf Mage is your life when they came out. That's kind of like me. I played the Alliance side. I played a human mage that for some reason I made look like an old man when I was the opposite of an old man at the time. But then when not Draenor, no, not that one. Outland Burning Crusade, when that came out, I made a shaman, a Draenei shaman, and that's not really what I've stuck with, but it's at times been my most played class and at other times my second most played class, depending on my mood really between mage and shaman. And actually the shaman is just one of the things, I think a class like that could be really fun in LOTRO. I think I briefly talked about magical classes in LOTRO. There's the Rune Keeper and Lore Master, but having a melee magical class is something like the two, but more melee, like how Lore Masters have Staff Strike and Rune Keepers have Static Surge and a little bit more melee range stuff. Having a class that takes the magic element and putting it into melee, kind of like an enhancement shaman in WoW. And I do have an AoE bubble that I could get. I could actually get that in the blue line if I had enough trait points. I don't have enough trait points. You need to be very high level and have a ton of trait points to get that. Yeah, I feel like being lazy, so if you could do that, it'd be appreciated. the Guardian was talking about doing a race change so we wouldn't have to run back and he could just res us. Oh yeah, the ghost wolf is really nice on the shaman. It's just something interesting to be in. It's unusual a little bit. Oh, we got I don't know, I was gonna say a decent amount of medallions, but that's like normal amount. Yeah, that's one thing with LOTRO that I've kind of been thinking about actually is weapon choice. And you have the racial bonuses for weapons, but they ultimately I think work out to be like 3 to 3% since they're additive before. They're added to your damage before you have your other bonuses calculated. At least that's how I've heard it works. I haven't personally tested that or confirmed that. But with the classes, you have certain weapons that are thematic towards them, like the Warden with spears. They're also, I think, okay-ish with swords, okay theme-wise, but I really think of a Warden as somebody that uses a spear and javelin, usually. And then a Warden shield behind it. Or really, I don't know, though, thinking the Warden shield and weapon location. The weapon would start behind the shield and then stick out in front of it. And yeah, Vitalius, that is one thing. It's hard to write a magic class in LOTRO. That's why I feel like the game lacks magic classes, but it is definitely for lore and Lord of the Rings reasons. I think a lot of people even think Rune Keeper and Lore Master break lore too much. So what are we in combat with? An orc? So it sounds like there's a little abomination guy that we have. Yeah, the Valors are definitely very magical in game. They like level you way up. I am totally lost in this. There we go. I don't know how that happened. I think I was reading chat. At least that's what I can blame on me getting lost there. Oh, I feel like you're taking more damage than from the boss. I really am gonna have to rename this stream. We have spent more time, I think, now on this instance. Oh. Yeah, I guess I could raise you. Oh, wow, that is nice. I assume a certain hunter would like that. I don't know, the epic battle jewelry is nice though, too. It's just, that's a ton of vitality. And agility even. So I was excited to see the loot, but I didn't think it would be nearly that good from this. I don't know if it is better. Wow. It looks like the hunter could have better rings. I'm not sure the exact comparison just offhand here. But yeah, the stats are reasonable. I know the epic battle jewelry is pretty insane. I wonder, he might like that for the finesse and vitality aspect, as I think why the Guardian might be interested in it. So if they wanted a proper magic class, they would need Meyer to be a race so folk like Gandalf. Yeah, I don't really know too much about that, kind of clearly, probably. But that sounds like a reasonable thing if they wanted. I don't really even know exactly what that race / class could do, because it sounds very Lore Master. I think the Lore Master was, I don't know, fully based off Gandalf, but at least inspired by, as well as Radagast, I think, with the animals, if I remember correctly, or understand that correctly. I wonder if Shocking Words, I think, if I remember correctly, there is a legacy for that. Maybe it's a rune bag legacy. Let me just see. Oops, what did I just do? Oh, you can right click those to rank them up? I had no idea you could do that. Here's my Runorian bag. Replace legacy. Don't actually want to do this. But for some reason I was thinking there was a Shocking Words damage legacy for the rune bag. Yeah, it'd be neat if there was still a guess count for that. Oh, here's Shocking. Oops. Here's Shocking Words damage right there. I had my push to talk on. Usually when I'm talking to my kid, I have push to talk and then don't bother them with all my stream talk during this. I'm really interested in getting my imbued ally on my warden for something like this. Just I know the lot more damage potential. It's nice having the healing, of course, of the Rune Keeper, the little bit I can do in DPS spec, but this really makes me want to get my warden just because I know the damage. I think even before the imbued ally, my warden does similar damage. But yeah, I don't know, with like a 3-man like this, having the heals probably really helps a lot. And the do not falls. That crawler, oh, I guess maybe the arrow guy, the ranger, was hitting me. The archer, that is what he was actually called. But the tank, the guardian, switched from tank spec to redline just to test it out. Oh, I don't have the power restore. I'm so used to Prelude to Hope restoring power just from that trait in the blue line I usually have. Hunsu Wardens can apply a group heal, but it is pretty weak overall. It's not too much of a real heal. It does a tiny bit. I won't say it's completely useless, but it's close to useless. Would probably be the way to put it there. Yeah, see that sweeping cut bleed from a guardian. Yeah, before any percent boost. How close are you, curiously? Okay, I'm actually exactly 191 too. Tactical though. I noticed it's actually kind of nice that I have the heal on the Guardians and DPS spec. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I forget the order for these. There's a certain order. I think you can look it on the LOTRO wiki. But I don't know if that order actually still applies. I am curious, I think I just saw you use it, but if you get a hammer down crit, how much does that grip for you? Oh yeah, that's one thing the tier 2 instance way lower damage numbers I noticed. So I totally have been ignoring chat unintentionally. I just realized it. And then adult Amroth themed class like Swan Knights with swords and shield/spears with some riding bonuses. Ooh, that'd be a little bit scary just because I'm not a big fan of mana combat. Could have it like the Paladin. Wow, you randomly summon a mount just as a speed boost type thing. Maybe give you combat benefits briefly. Okay, yeah, I hit I think close to 60 or 70k with your buff actually, or in the raids with Epic Conclusion, but averaging roughly 20k here, 22k. Yeah, and like the plain hit with Epic Conclusion was just 4.4k. It's honestly like a pre-imbued ally damage in tier 2. Yeah, you can select the legacy. Is he talking about like the getting the 7th legacy? Yeah, that's what I would recommend at least. So Vulgar, you're wondering the biggest thing that's hurting Guardian tanks right now. I think there are a few things. One, compared to the other tank option that is better than them, the Captain, they have worse cooldowns. And they also have less morale, and they also have less group support. So Captain does all the things Guardians do, as far as that stuff goes, but better, and they have more group support. They have a very strong in-combat res. I'm not sure. I thought it took it into account as the same as far as that goes, but I really don't know. Oh, so Eleanor, you are a Guardian DPSer. I like DPSing on a Guardian. Are we at the boss? I was just saying that do not fall was off cooldown. Alright, I gotta try to kite this guy. That is my goal. If I have one goal, it's to survive this fight and kill him. Oh, yeah, because we killed the boss. Well, he was running away and then he was dead. Oh no. That wasn't bad overall. I think the Guardian was still in DPS back there. Yeah, that's one thing, Vitalius. I don't know, Guardian gameplay, it's really nice and fluid. I think that it, I guess for you, makes it feel more intuitive. Champion's a little bit weird with the fervor. There's a lot of crawlers. With the Guardian and DPS, see, the thing with the Guardian and DPS is it actually makes me need to be more careful for myself with aggro here. Alright, I just used my last good potion. Oh. Yeah, the good old universal ingredients. I have my town services, so I will try to buy some. So this potion the Guardian gave me was actually one I just gave him. Potions, level 100. Oh, these do have a minimum level 100. Yeah, maybe I have to hit this too. Or maybe there just aren't any. Who knows? This server don't really rely on stuff. Yeah, I don't see any in the auction house. I know it's not the busiest auction house on the server, but I was hoping. So about the... Ooh. Dang, I'm really not keeping up with chat well. So Doug Beard, he said he can't stop making alts and can't get them past level 13. Sometimes I'm a little bit similar to that. I like playing all the different classes and things, so... You are stuck between Champion, Lore Master, and Burglar. Those are three very different classes. So, I'm going to be honest, I don't have too much advice on that. The Lore, I don't know. My personal favorite class out of those would be Lore Master, and then Champion and Burglar are kind of similar, it just depends what I'm more in the mood for. Out of those, if you want something that's a little bit slower paced in a way, the Burglar could be okay. If you want something to just run in and AoE or okay, let's get the DPS and Guardian some heals. I don't even know who we're supposed to be killing. Was there a Defiler there? That was a good AoE crit. But if you want something that you can just run in and not really care about air pace or going into sneak after every fight or anything like that, then the Champion can be good. But if you want something from far away with a little bit of animal pets and spells, and it's got a little bit of a unique combat pace, I would say some strong cooldowns. And then some more slower filler type stuff. Just a little bit of a unique mechanic. I would guess so, but I don't even remember this fight, to be honest, that much. So Vulgar, I think the Guardian could... They are getting... Well, actually, overhaul versus changer too. They're getting a change. I am not too hopeful for an overhaul. Like, I would like an overhaul for the Guardian. I would like their DPS to be buffed. I know a lot of people... one of the things that I've been thinking about with that lately is the old trait system before they got the trait trees. These classes, the Guardian used to be like tank. That's what they did. The Warden used to be a tank. They weren't DPSs back in the day. At least that I was ever aware of. And say the Minstrel used to be a healer and didn't have a DPS tree, but when they added the trait trees, they added all these specializations. The 3 specializations in every class like now had a DPS spec, and the whole viability topic around those has been a little bit controversial. So some people still think Guardian should be only tank and can't have a viable DPS spec. Some people think, similar for Minstrel, they shouldn't be allowed to DPS because they have a heal spec. And I think back with the old trait system that worked out, and maybe with the new one, I personally think if you just kind of ignore the past a little bit, not really ignore it, but move on from it, with the new trait system, that all the specs I think should be viable, kind of like how WoW they have every class can viably do whatever with their specs. I'm sure some classes will sometimes be a little bit better and all that. For some reason that very briefly looked like a reflect type effect. I should probably pay attention to this fight a little bit, but I did want to say hello to Lori Gordon, who is a channel member. Oh, I just switched my attunement to heal the Guardian. He healed himself up, and I will remove the Hunter's debuff. And then I need to... Uh-oh. Oh, he turned friendly. Oh, that was the unexpected part. Okay. Keep myself healed up. I have Do Not Fall on the Guardian. Maybe I should have put it on the Hunter. I don't know. See a bad area effect on the ground. Oh, the Hunter got crushed from that. Although it actually looks like she was outside the circle on my screen a little bit. Now I am in fire. Oh, there are so many red areas on the ground. Yeah. I don't know, I moved close to him because there was the fire and I thought he was going to drop the ceiling. But then he did that AoE. Oh. Okay, I got so lost because this was my first time reviving after the first boss. So, good on us for not having at least me wipe since then, but... So Hansu, the pets for the captain turn you off? That's a little bit weird. They aren't the most impactful. They kind of just stand there and give out buffs, and the archer does... At low levels, the archer does okay-ish damage. At high levels, it does essentially no damage. But yeah, you're a lot better with them out. But you could always choose to not have them out. And then back a little bit up... Yeah, I kind of think with what Hansu said, with the Guardian, they will probably just end up buffing them a little bit. I hope they do buff the DPS back a little bit, make the bleed scale a little bit better with the high levels and high legendary item DPS things and all that. So, Lori... You can't sleep, and the stream probably won't help. Yeah, this is a super exciting stream right now going through the Sunken Labs. And hopefully it will relieve your boredom. So Eleanor, you pick your class on your roleplay character story. So you've gone through Captain and Warden, and then Guardian seemed to perfect fit. Wow, so you make all these interesting backstories, I guess, with the roleplay. And yeah, I think... Yeah, Vitalius Blue Line. I need to eat some food. 1 second. Gotta eat a meal real quick. Yeah, that's kinda, I think, the strategy. Well, one, if you have vaults, but then the shards, you can get so many that you can eventually get one scroll of empowerment, I think, for like 40 something thousand. Yep.
What gives you the right to enter the keep of the honorable?
Right, I am going to put Do Not Fall on the Hunter this time. And we basically need to be on the move, away from the boss, and away from the bad stuff on the ground. Yeah, I like the last one. There was that AoE that killed me earlier. Okay, we got all the buffs. Wow, I used my Recession and Bottle cooldown. fire, and he did some sort of induction. Fortunately, it did not kill me. Oh, why am I didn't realize I had the guardian target. I wonder what's going on. Oh, I tried to get the AoE to hit them. That didn't interrupt the little worker. Oh, he just did the AoE. I barely avoided it. I tried to get close enough. I have a melee skill I keep wanting to use, but like, yeah, that'd be like the only reason I want to make a dwarf, actually. So he was talking about the dwarf Rune Keepers. I mentioned my melee skill, which is static surge there. Probably, nope, I avoided it. Interrupt that. Is he immune to interrupts? Oh, maybe he did it before me, but he said immune to something. Maybe it was my runestone stun or something like that, though. Oh, the hunter just used burn auto. Like, okay, one of you has do not fall. Alright guys, we gotta kite, not die. Hold up. Yeah, that didn't work out. I'm surprised I lived that long after the tank died. It's progress. Yeah, I always want to go right because that's where I would go after at the first respawn point. Say. Oh, so somebody in the kin chat said, linked a couple of allies that were all ready to be with Cryo Room. It was Crystal of Remembrance, is what it was. I wonder if I should put Do Not Fall on the Guardian, just because if he goes down, that really screws everything up. That's why I used to have it on him, but then he wasn't really dying until that time. That's interesting about Tolkien, I did not know. Oh yeah, I gotta eat again. This makes me really hungry. I'm actually wanting some lunch. Some 9 p.m. lunch. So for the person I'm playing with, the dwarf here, at least it's lunchtime where he is. Welcome back, Lori and Gordon. So I think we're about to go. So I was thinking, should I put Do Not Fall on you, Jimmy? Since it seems like if you go down, everybody goes down. Yeah, I had it on Annie at least that time because she was squishy and you seem to have been surviving everything. Yeah. Well, I have like 20 seconds on that, so I'll at least live a little bit. Okay, concession and rebuttal epic conclusion. I got a big 40k crit though. That's nice. Okay, so he's probably going to do his melee thing soon. Yeah, I think this is really when people probably stopped using them. Oh no, he's taking... Yeah, it was a little funny from my screen, but it was okay. Oh, I need to heal the hunter. Wonder if the healing one's at least useful. Okay, I'm going to And then the power, that doesn't really scale too much with us, so should be good on that too. Oh, I totally am that. I'm just going to use a potion of music. Yeah, I picked a bad time to walk into melee. I saw Annie get stunned right in that. Okay, let's interrupt him. Okay, my goal is to use Epic Conclusion. That is my current combat goal. I'll let him do, yes, AoE. I'll go in here. Got a 30k crit roughly out of that. That's the thing with vivid imagery and shocking words, or static surge. It'll be so strong. Okay. And then I need Epic Conclusion. Looks like he can be interrupted but not stunned, and Annie the hunter is going down. Let's give. I'm going to use this little potion. It does basically no morale, but I think it will restore maybe 100 or 200 morale over time. I cannot switch directly to heals now. Did I just hear a Burk Kazad from one of y'all? This fight's kind of funny. There's so many close calls. This is like a series of fortunate events for Luke 7 this time instead. Okay, I'm just going to stay far away to be safe for now. Oh, like I meant to use Epic Conclusion there. Uh-oh. Oh, I should be healing the Guardian. That's what I wanted to do there. At least give him one quick heal. Okay, give him another heal. I wonder if you need to actually hide behind the pillars or something. That's what I always feel like. I'm left with like 200 morale. Okay, going to heal. Okay, I should probably... I really don't know if you need to hide behind a pillar, but it's just like... Incinerate. This is such an interesting time since I have not run this on tier 2, at least that I remember. This fight though, it's like... Oh. Yeah, I just used my cooldown too. There we go. Wow. We are 1/20th of the way closer to a piece of beer. That's the thing about these instances. I remember a lot of people saying something like that, but it was, you get 1 Morgul crest for the boss, and then I think the challenge mode gives a little bit more, but it's 20 Morgul crest to barter. Yeah, that was really fun. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had something challenging like that, like regular instance. Reclaimed gloves of the crossroads. See, that's one of the pieces of gear I think is an example of a bad one. Oh, that was a medium armor. I didn't even realize that. I could actually be somewhat close if you wanted something very tanky. A little bit more. Or oh, that is a bit more armor. Yeah. I wonder if Fortune still used might during this. I don't know if we all need to loot the chest. Looks like nobody. Oh, did you not end up wanting those? Might as well not waste that silver. Well, yeah, that was a lot of fun for me. I hope you all in the stream enjoyed that. We just haven't run anything like that in a while. As I've mentioned a lot recently. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Oh, I love the instance. We didn't have more, did we?
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
I see you did. Oh no. Do I have to go back in? So, I just say we run it again. Let's see, instances. So the deeds, he was doing Ashes of Osgiliath. He got something, 20 medallions, the Guardian. Yeah, complete the quest Sunken Labyrinth tier 2. I didn't actually get that completed. Okay, so you all are still in the chat with the stream, still talking about lore. Somebody said Brute, because that's probably around somewhat when I mentioned it. And Lori Gordon, you asked if I mainly play on the Legacy servers, so the Legendary servers, and I don't know, I'm kind of split between Arkenstone and Anor lately, at least this year, this month, it's been more Anor. So yeah, I mainly play on Anor, the Legendary server, because of my kinship. Yeah, I'm just running around while waiting for the Guardian to finish. Say goodbye to him. Good night. Yeah, thanks for the fun and good lunch to you and good night. Alright, so I don't spin in circles. That is pretty much all I had for the stream. I am going to be honest, that is not at all how I thought the stream would go, and actually I have to finish up a paper. It's just like I have to write like 2 sentences, but I do have to do that. I have 3 hours to do it. It's not really that big of a deal. I just thought I'd be done with the stream earlier and be able to do that. But anyway, I think that is pretty much all I had for today. We did Fornost. I call it Fornost because my kin leader actually calls it Fornost. I don't know if it's called Fornost or Fornost. But he's influencing my pronunciation of that, I guess. I don't know in a good or bad way. I would assume good because I don't really know that. So Ivan, you want me to stay for another hour? Oh, you said you have to do that all again. Yeah, did not quite... Or I missed that a little bit as I was scrolling up to see all I missed. And Eleanor, you said your inventory is filled with the daily hand-ins and you really need to bank them and you're too busy leveling your guardian. Yeah, you have a lot of... my inventories are always full of junks. Not really junk, but it feels like junk, just so many different things. So got that done. I could technically go back in. No interesting mail, because I already have it all. So I'm trying to think what I want to do for... So, Eleanor, you said it Fornost? Or Fornost? I've always called it Fornost, but there are a lot of things in LOTRO that I just assume I don't pronounce right. What is something I can do as I want to wrap things up? Oh, my Burglar. I'm going to go back on my Burglar real quick, and there are a couple things I want to do on him that we never got around to. So just as I'm going to be basically traveling, taking him to Rivendell, I think, just to do a little bit of running instead of spinning in circles and Bree. But as far as the stream goes, as I said, we did Fornost, and that was fun. We did it with the Grand Lowbie group, but we spent most of the stream actually running the other thing on the Rune Keeper, not even Burglar or Burgling, which was a lot of fun. Both of them were pretty fun, very different experiences. One with new player, and then a couple fairly newish to group content, and very casual with the group content at that. And then we did my first time doing the tier 2 Osgiliath instances, so that was fun. And I got this new outfit for my Burglar. It's not the best outfit for say, where is this character even? Evandim, Anywhere Warm. I'm going to take him to Angmar, I'm thinking I'm going to try to do all the Angmar quests on this character, do the book quests and all sorts of stuff like that. So that's something I'll have to set up, because I think, I'm not entirely sure, but when we do this Grand Lowbie nights, I think the person setting those up is only running them for like an hour, which is a little bit short, especially if we get to like the Rift of Ner'zgashu. We'll have to see how that works with that. It could work out okay, but it's just a little bit short for something like that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I'm kind of tentatively planning actually doing the Grand Lowbie, keeping that name for the progression group. It's what the Kin calls it. And it actually works out pretty well, because we have our Lowbie group, which is what my Beorning was a part of, and eventually I think we'll get back to that group. We still actually have like Darn Arbogad and stuff like that to get to. And we just have so many things that are exciting to do with this Kin and on this server, which means I'll probably be spending more time on this server than, say, like Arkenstone, even though Louis and I still want to get to doing Elder Slade questing, which I've been a little bit. I think I did 1 or 2 of those this year. Streams as far as that goes. So yeah, that's what's going on, but also a little bit of outlook. I have been very busy lately, ever since school started, but some of the students are trying to get some things with that fixed. So basically I have not, I think I have to spend the Mythal coin here, but that's okay. Basically I have not had much time to do anything. I've been tended to get like the World of Warcraft annual gameplays edited, and I just haven't had time. So Hansu, you asked if I will be streaming tomorrow, and I am not sure. I am kind of doubting it, to be honest. There's a chance I could get to it in the evening, but I probably won't. The next time I would probably stream is Sunday evening, but I'm also not entirely sure on that. It's just the difficulty of some things right now. I think this character is high enough level I can go to that one guy, like Elrond or whatever. I don't think, maybe you have to be level 39 and not 38, but at least be set up if it is 30, if it is 39. And Defensive Rohan, I think that is an epic battle somebody is talking about. Yeah, that's the... Oh, those epic battles. Ew, I would not do those solo, probably. That would be a somewhat decent thing for me, too, if that was about doing the stream wrap-up. But it's a little bit long. I just want to get this character to the guest rooms here and get him started on his class deeds over here. Aragorn, I don't think he's the one with it. Is book 4? I don't even know if book 4 is the one I need, to be honest. This guy. Not this guy. Wait, Elrond. I think Elrond is the one I need to see. I am a little bit confused and lost right now. There's a chance I don't actually need to go to that guy. Or go there yet. Maybe I need to get it later. I can't believe it's actually been so long since I've had a low-level character here where I go to get those books where you have to pick them up in Misty Mountains, Ingmar, Moria, etc. As Rivendell, don't want to do that. I was actually thinking this character, I've been a little bit in the mood for going back to Forest or Misty Mountains, somewhere snowy. I don't know why, I've just been in the mood for snowy region. I've got on this cold weather outfit, did some roving threats in snowy areas. It's kind of the opposite of Gondor, which is summer, I guess in real life. And Rivendell really does look pretty nice. I need to... Let me see something. If the water weren't splashing up, this would be a nice area to take a little time lapse. But that totally didn't go as planned. But anyway, with my busyness, the upcoming content and streams, it's just... I haven't been able to do as much as I want, especially like the streams, they've been a little scarce lately. But yeah, hopefully, especially after I get the annual gameplays up, things should be turning up, ramping up a little bit in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to update on. I will probably do an update 28.3.1. I think that's the patch coming out Monday. I'll probably do a video on that if I get a chance tomorrow. I don't know that I'll get to uploading it tomorrow, but that's probably what I'd work on. So I'm thinking no stream tomorrow and then maybe one Sunday evening. And probably won't be able to do one Monday or Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, but I'm not sure on that. So yeah, not too much good news here from me, unfortunately, because I do like streaming and doing this. So I'll see if I can fit one in the evening some point coming up. Otherwise, I forget what these vendors have. It would be level 50 armor. Okay, I'd mainly get that for, say, cosmetic reasons, which I don't think I would want it for cosmetic reasons. Did he say Elrond is a wise lord? That's kind of a random thing. Here is the guy I wanted to talk to. It's book 4, chapter 1. I think this is in Forestall, or not Forestall, whatever zone I'm in. Age of Elves. Okay, so I think I might need to be level 39 for what I was looking for. But anyway, as far as this stream goes, that is a good point to wrap it up. I do want to thank, we got new members. First off, I want to thank you all for the patience way like 3 hours ago when the chat wasn't working, but Jimmy Brickley a long time ago donated $10 a super chat asking, that's what got going on the cosmetics, and it looks like somebody became a member. I can't believe I'm actually forgetting who was Eleanor. That is right, thank you for becoming a member, as well as Play Gaming. Both of you became members, so I do appreciate that. I think we're up to 12 total members, which is crazy to me. I'm crazy surprised that I even got one member, so 12 members is like 12 times that crazy. You know, Vulgar, sometimes streams feel extra good, and this seems like a really good one as well from my perspective. I don't know, usually I try to not have bad streams, of course, but sometimes they just feel like a little bit better ones, I guess, and that one today was one of those. Especially with, I guess, all the variety of content we did, it was all good fun to me. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider liking or subscribing for more, or becoming a member like so many people have, and thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.